In my last video, while I was waiting for a green light, I said it's too long for us to wait for 1 minute for the traffic light to change. But 24 hours are too short to do everything we want. I'm sure I heard it or read it somewhere. I know I didn't invent that phrase, but it made me think deeper about time and what time really is. When did it start? And when will it end? You're watching Zeroplex, Neki here. Time is certainly very important to us, and we keep track of it throughout the entire day. Because we usually get up at a certain time, school or job starts at a certain time, even a TV show, or a movie, a sports game. It is very clear how important time is to us, but what if I told you that we don't even know if it actually exists, or we just invented it? Quantum theory actually proves that it does not exist at all, stating that if you take two particles, photons for example, and separate them, put them as far as you possibly can, the other side of the planet perhaps, stimulating one of them will cause the other one to react as well, and instantly, without any delay. Actually, that thing I just said sounds like unlimited speed to me, like Improbability Drive in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but not like proof that time doesn't exist. So let's then consider the fact that it does exist. It has been around for centuries, even millenniums. Even ancient civilizations measured time. They used sun clock, but we have developed better techniques, and we have atomic clocks now, which are accurate up to 1/1,000,000th of a second per day. That is all nice and dandy, but let's talk about what we think time really is. And notice that I'm saying what we think it is, because we don't really know much. Nearly 2,500 years ago, Aristotle contended that time is the most unknown of all unknown things. And even today, we can't be sure what the exact answer is, but I'll do my best trying to explain what we know and think so far. We believe time started with the Big Bang. Actually, we believe everything started with the Big Bang, and that nothing at all existed before it. We think time exists because planets move, because we move. Something is happening, the universe is expanding, and even though planets orbit stars, and stars orbit around the center of our galaxy, time doesn't move in cycles, but rather linear. Now, that linear part is not completely true, but I'll talk more about it later. Some theories consider that time actually does move in cycles, but I'm not gonna go deeper in it since they're in minority. This is what we consider time, a movement of matter in our universe. Now let's get back to that linear part. It is subjective since it depends on speed we're moving. The closer to speed of light it is, the slower time passes for us. That is something scientists were able to prove at CERN with particle accelerator. Let me now tell you a quick story about a boy and a wise old man. Once upon a time there was a boy who was very curious, and he asked his father, "Father, what is time?" The father didn't know the answer, so they went to see a wise old man who studied every science there was and knew everything, answered to every question. Boy came to him and asked the question. Old man wanted to start to talk right away, but couldn't. After a few minutes, he said they should come tomorrow, and he will give them an answer. But tomorrow, he told them to come in a month. Since he couldn't answer even in a month, he told them, "Let me read the books of ancient wise men, and I will answer your question in a year." The next year, he only told them they knew nothing about it, and he will try to answer a question in 10 years. However, after 10 years, when they came, he was already dead, but they went to see his grave, and on it was engraved, "The secret of time is unfathomable for mankind." Was the wise old man right? Maybe, but maybe not. We came a long way in just the last few years. Imagine what could happen in few more. While I was making this video, I had to consult my friend Bob, whose opinion I value greatly. There are 4 main types of interactive forces: gravitational, strong nuclear, weak nuclear, and electromagnetic. They're all attractive forces, meaning they pull objects together. That is where time comes in, as a balance, a force that is repulsive, the one that pushes them apart. Like the universe is expanding over time. If this is true, you could say that the time is actually God, since it created the universe. The only big question I have now is, did the time create movement, or did the movement create time? The universe is made of stars, gases and planets, but that is actually a very small amount. It is about 5% of the universe, and altogether they're called ordinary matter. Much larger percentage of the universe is made out of dark matter, which is very weakly interacting with light, as it doesn't shine or reflect light as stars and planets do. But it attracts things gravitationally, and that's the only way we can detect it. We have yet to discover a particle of dark matter, and it makes about 27% of the universe. So remaining 68% is made up of something else, dark energy. And we know even less about it than about dark matter. It doesn't behave like any other substance we know. Actually, it acts like anti-gravity force, and instead of pulling the universe together, it just expands it apart. We also think that it expands with space, unlike the remaining two, and because of that, the universe will become more and more dominated by dark energy, becoming colder and colder, and expanding faster and faster. Eventually, it will run out of gas to form and power stars, and stars will form black holes. Given enough time, even those black holes will evaporate, leaving the universe completely cold and empty. And that is what we call the heat death of the universe. Since there will be nothing to happen, the time will not exist anymore. Even if you make it to the face of being immortal, if medicine advances enough to heal you from every possible disease, which might never happen, and from getting old as well, you will not live forever. The whole universe is going to die, and last humans will die with it, even if we don't destroy ourselves before it. But maybe we're not as relevant as we think. Maybe the universe is just something like a cell of some much bigger organism, and when it dies, it will be just like a dead cell on our skin, which we wash off when we take a shower. We gave ourselves so much importance. Maybe there is a reason, but if there isn't, we might never find out. Do you think an atom knows that it's just a part of something much bigger? Not really. I'll see you next Tuesday with a video where I'll teach you about something that I don't even know how to do. Until then, thanks for watching and stay curious.